Testing, test 1, test 2, test 3. Can y'all hear me on here? It says you can. Greetings, good people of Oz. It is none other than D to the A to the R to the. I'm just kidding. How are y'all doing today? Woo. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully y'all are doing well. We have some 2026 readings that we're doing today. If you would like to get on the list, there is the things, and make sure to send your full birthday. Send your full birthday. Full birthday. And while this is happening, this is what I'm going to do. Let's just talk about 2026 a little bit. Honestly, we really should talk about the wrap up of 2025. And go to my notes. Oh, I think I'm live. Yes, I am live on there. TikTok, are y'all able to hear me? Let me know. Say something. Say something. Let me see. Hey, Amanda. Oh my God, this would be the case right now. Open this up. Where y'all are at? How's the weather where you are? Is it super cold? What's it giving? The beard is bearding. You know what? We're grateful. We're grateful for the beard doing what the beard needs to do. We're very grateful. Hey, Oasis Sanctuary. Did I say 30 minutes? I'm in 300,000 minutes. Child, I started to get on live and then other things was going on. So we're doing our 2026 readings today. If you want to do that and get on that list, the tag is right on the screen. And send your full birthday too. And y'all do all that, and I'll be right back. Okay. And now I'm back. Oh, all right. All right. I see first we have Oasis. Yeah, close this out. All right. Here we go. Let's see, just Sarah 5. Where's your full thing? Greetings. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, just Sarah. So first, let's go ahead and dive into your things. So, it's the wrong thing. Yeah. All right, let me just double check your personal year. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. First, what's very important for us to recognize and understand is that this year has been a number 9 universal year, a lot of cumulative tests, a lot of things getting wrapped up, things that were, chaos struck on structures that no longer needed to stay, structures that needed to change. So 2026 on a universal level is a number 1 universal year. And so this opens up a brand new 9-year cycle for everybody. So we want to be as intentional and in our manifestations, in our journaling, greetings, in the way we move and we operate and we plan, because we're setting up a whole nother 9 years. 1 governs birth. 1 governs identity. 1 is the number connected to authorship and courage and a divine individuality. So wherever the collective has been looping and delaying and doing the same stuff and deferring their power, making other people powerful, not themselves, not honoring their own power, the 2026 number 1 universal year is going to come in and interrupt that cord. So that is the overarching energy that is affecting everybody. All right. So we move on in a more specific way for just Sarah. Just Sarah, underneath that universal year, you will be in a 7 personal year. A 7 personal year. So 2026 is a quiet authority year for you. While the world is going to begin rushing to begin, the spirit is going to be asking you to slow down and listen and reassess. This is a year that is centered in the mystic and in the sabbatical. All right. That does not mean that things are not moving and that things are not happening, but this is not a year to force outcomes. It is a year for understanding what is actually true for you now. The spirit is telling me that, there's an old vision that you're still operating with. And so you need to reassess that vision and make sure that that vision is up to date with who you are today, where you want to be today. All right. And that is in that work of understanding what is actually true for you. This is not a fast year. This is a year that is a deep year. So this year is going to bring depth. Okay. So with that being said, the 7 causes us, it is spiritual, but it's spiritual, not necessarily in a way of just like downloads and all this stuff. It's spiritual in the sense of think about a student of spirit, a mystic that is not concerned with outer correction, but focuses on inner correction and inner alignment. So you are being called to examine your beliefs, to examine your motivations, your spiritual alignment. As a matter of fact, let me get clear and see while I'm saying this, your age, spirit. Okay. So where is it at? 5. So Jacera, you're 50 right now. Is that accurate? And you'll be 51 next year. Next May. Is that accurate? Am I accurate there? No, you're 51 this year. And you'll be 52. Yes, you'll be 52 in May. Excuse me. Gotcha. Okay. So that's on point because let me see. Yeah, that makes so much sense because that age spirit is so key because you will also be in a 7 age spirit. So you will be in a 7 age spirit during your 7 year in May. Okay. Yeah. Got it. You will be 52. Right. So you'll have that in May. And so that tracks. That is a doubling down of this 7 energy. Your age spirit, and that the age spirit is essentially a spirit that comes to sit with you on your birthday and be your teacher for those 12 months until your next birthday. All right. So you're really going to have discoveries, things coming to the surface about what you believe, what you thought. And even things that you didn't even realize about yourself, both in positive ways and some ways that we deem may be negative. But this is what this year centers in. It is more of the self-discovery. Okay. I see you, Sean. And so also what I love about the 7 is going to make sure that the choices we're making are not habitual. We're being very clear that the choices that we make going forward are centered in our intention. Okay. Insight is going to be It's going to change everything. So that's at the center of this year. When we look at work and we look at money, this is also not a push year. This is a precision. 7 is analytical, right? 7 is not aggressive. So it is a precision year. So the best use of your energy this year is going to be in your planning, in your research, in your restructuring, in learning, in consulting, in refining your next move. All right. Money flows in a 7-year when you are selective. Overextending yourself in a 7-year drains you the fastest. Okay? So if something requires a constant effort and a work and a force just to maintain, it may not be aligned anymore. All right? It may not be aligned anymore. Okay? And that energy, even though we're talking about work and money, we'll talk about relationships as well. So, in the relationship era, 2026, that 7 is going to narrow your circle. So you're going to crave more solitude. You're going to crave deeper conversations rather than constant conversations and constant interactions, right? Relationships survive this. The relationships that survive this year do so because they are honest, not because they are familiar. Honest, okay? And distance, because 7, like I said, it's the mystic. It's the one that goes into the desert. It is the one that sits in winter in stillness and hears and listens. Distance is not rejection here. Distance is not rejection here. Distant is your discernment. Okay? And 7 is very disciplined to its discernment. Now, when we cross into the realm of your body and your spirit, your nervous system is going to be really sensitive this year. That's just the nature of the self-examination. And so rest, reflection, and your spiritual practice are not only going to be essential, but you're just not going to be able to get out of it. You're going to want more of it. And it's not you seeping into a depression, or it's not you, being unmotivated. It's the nature of the energy, because God speaks in stillness. Spirit speaks in stillness. All right. Not always on the run. Spirit to speak on the run, but this is also not that. Normally that's a danger. You're trying to get out of danger. We're not in danger. All right. And so I want you to really listen to your body. Do not ignore the body's signals, because it's going to result in you being exhausted. When you honor that, that's going to bring you that clarity and that peace. And your intuition, because 7 is so studious to the spirit, the intuition is going to be louder than the logic. It is the logic, the brain, the body keeps the score, the body keeps the trauma, right? The body holds the people pleaser. The spirit does not, right? So your intuition is gonna speak louder, and you're gonna have to trust that intuition more than you trust your logic, because once you move out of this 7-year, you move into the 8-year. And the 8-year is decisions and power moves, and abundance is attached to that, and it's authority. But you want to have mastered and locked in with the dedication to your intuition before you get into the year of the major plays and the major moves. Okay? So the lesson this year is preparation is not pause. Preparation is not you being stopped. You are being prepared. You're not being stopped or stuck. You're being prepared. There's a preparation here. Okay? And that 7-year is going to teach you that wisdom always precedes movement. Somebody got to write that down. Wisdom always precedes movement. And when you act with that clarity, the next cycle opens up. Okay? Mantra. Clarity leads my steps. So I cannot wait to see the benefits of your journey in this next year as it pertains to inner mastery. The inner mastery. And so you may be engaging in some spiritual practices that you never thought you was going to be doing. But hey, keep yourself open to it. It is the student, because the universe is still a one. So it's going to be new things and new ways of doing things. But the essence and the intention is still the same. Inner mastery. Okay? Clarity leads my step. Yeah. Wisdom always precedes movement. That's right. It's not pause. We're being prepared. Thank you, Jacera. Come on, wise woman. It's the wise woman. And you getting ready to, by the time next year's over, you just gonna float around. You ain't gonna walk no more. You're just gonna float. Floating on wisdom. I'm floating on wisdom, yeah. Jacera, all the hair is gonna turn ice white. Wisdom. Okay. Thank you. Floating on wisdom. Okay. Next, I have I think I got Sean. Sean, are you here? And Sean, let me know what your you're there. Thank you. Let me know what's your full birthday, Sean. Ten 29 1998. Come on, master number 11. Jesus, 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 Jesus. You know, I love y'all master number 11s, but y'all do be getting windmill. Y'all do get a windmill. When y'all got that 11, y'all get windmill. You do. Because it's just so strong. It is, ain't got no filter. sure I'm right. 13, that comes to 4. Got it. All right, here we go. So, you, Sean, 2026 for you is going to be a foundational year because you are in a 4. Your personal year is 4. So, remember the universe is in that 1. So, while the world is initiating and starting and dreaming big, your year is more about making things real. So this is not a fantasy year. This is a year of structure and discipline and long-term stability. So for that reason, the 4-year can be hard for people. It can be a hard year. But it is only hard when you don't lean into discipline and you don't lean into structure and you don't got a structure. Okay. So what you build, here's the blessing. Receive this. What you build in 2026 is meant to last you. Okay. What you build in 2026 is meant to last you. So that is on a personal level. If it's structured for yourself, if there's changes in your life you want to make, if there's spending habits and adjustments that you want to make, those adjustments are going to last and sustain you. Okay. Now, Sean said, Sean, we need to get to planning. Okay. It's a plan year. It's a structure year, right? You need to have your vision clarified. And you are going to have that. That's also a part of it. So you're looking in the 3-year, you're currently in the 3-year, and you're like, what is that supposed to be? The 3-year don't got nothing to do with no structure, no discipline, or nothing. So you're not even in the energy yet of understanding the fullness of that. Once we cross into this new year, it's going to get clearer for you. But this is the vision boarding, right? This is the goal setting. This is making sure that you have a plan for what your future is. And you set that structure and you do the things that are required of you to bring that into reality, and trust that those things will be revealed to you. What you need to do. You're going to get clear about that. That's the point of the 4-year. It's not to enter the 4-year clear. It is to leave the 4-year clear. Okay? So this year is going to be like, yeah, we're going to have to get real serious. It is a serious year. I wish that this was a fun. That's not the 4-year. It's just not. And it's not that it's heavy and restrictive, but it's that discipline. It is structured, right? You are being called to organize your life. So I want you to think about anything in your life that's out of order. No, it's not closed. My list isn't closed. Think about anything in your life that's out of order. That's going to be organized next year, right? Your priorities get defined. There will be routines that you will commit to, right? And you're going to stop leaving things half done next year, because consistency is the power. Hold on one second. Hey, let me out. All right. Okay. Hold on real quick, Sean. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. All right. Consistency. Yes, consistency is going to be your power this year. All right. So that's at the core of the year. When we talk about work and money, this is a strong year for steady work. All right. Strong year for career building, um, learning other skills, saving, making sure that you're investing your time and your effort into something that is solid. So your money is going to grow this year through your discipline, not through any shortcuts or, we finding ways around it and, oh, this is a way to hit a lid. Your money's not coming through that. That's just not the way the frequency is set up. Okay. So yeah, just got to stay focused financially, and patient, because the results, it's not a fast money, it's consistent. All right. And the results compound on themselves quietly. So I wish to say this was like a gamble year where you hit it big. This is a year that is a brick by brick year, and that's just the 4-year. But we appreciate the 4-year. I love the way the universe is set up, because the 4-year, we don't like it until you get that 5-year. And that 5-year is dramatic change and movement and nonstop. And we're going to wish that we had that 4 energy. We took advantage of that 4-year to get our structures and everything together. Okay. So we may not understand the fullness of it or like it now, but next year sets you up for the year to follow. So that's in the workspace. As far as your relationships and connections are concerned, because 4 is an organizer and a structure setter. 4 says we got to clarify, we got to get clear. 4 will clarify the roles that are in your life. The roles, the people that are in your life, and the roles that they play in your life. All right. So, you'll want people that's not just exciting. You want people that's reliable. Okay. You'll want stability over the potential. Oh, they have the potential to be this or the potential, but what are they right now? And people's words are not going to move you. It's going to be their efforts. All right. That's the form. So relationships that feel inconsistent will become frustrating. No, it's just one person ahead of you, Key. Will become frustrating. The people that are grounded, though, y'all's relationship are going to grow stronger. Okay. Now, I also want to tell you this. The body and your spiritual life want structure as well. Sleep, routine, movement, consistency matters. You have heard that word over and over again. Consistency matters. Consistency matters. Consistency matters. All right. So when your life has a rhythm, your mind settles. When you ignore the structures, it's going to lead to stress. Honor it and get you some peace. Okay. And also, let me double check the age spirit that you're in. Yeah, that makes sense. So you'll have well, you don't get that until October. So right now, You got a 9. Mm-hmm. So right now, you got a 9H. So you're in a 9H spirit. Hold on. We got this. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, that also tracks. So yeah, so that means that you got this 9H spirit right now. Once your birthday comes next year, you're switching to a number 1. So you will have a number 1 age spirit in a number 1 year. Just the last three months of it. I got you, kid. Just came through. Yeah. So from now through your birthday, because 9 is endings and closures, you're still going to be shedding those old roles and those old habits and the old versions of yourself, right? But that coincides with that 4. We shedding, getting rid of, reprioritizing, getting clear. Old habits that's not working, old structures that's not working, and we turning that around. Because once you get to your birthday, October next year, you're going to feel a need to do something completely different. Okay? And that's going to cross you into that 5 year. Do you see how that lines up? You'll be in a 1 age spirit right before you cross to that 5 year, which is dramatic change and movement. So you've got to get the structure and reprioritize and get the vision. You see what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be almost like a new identity. Like you're gonna feel like a new version of yourself. So we want to get the priority straight, the vision clear, so we can transition into that good. Okay. So ultimately, this year, 2026, your freedom is in your stability, right? So once you have that foundation strong, that's the lesson. Everything else is gonna flow easily. This is the preparation year that pays off. Okay? Come on. Mantra, what I create is stable and strong. I'm committing to what matters. All right? It only stuff. See, this is why it's important that we know what's going on. Good morning. Will you be on this weekend? I will. I will be on this weekend. Once we know what's going on, the resistance and the struggle we have only comes when we are not in alignment with it. And instead, we're going in the opposite direction because we don't know what it is. But if we know this year it's going to center me prioritizing and being on point in that way, then I know what I need to do. It's when I don't know and I start doing the opposite that stuff gets hard. So this is why it's important for us to know our numbers and know what the hell is going on. All right, so we could be on point and pull together. All right. So we got Purple Moon Goddess. What's your birthday? And then Key. Is that Sean Brandon? Hi, Sean. Ooh, wait a minute. This thing's sliding back. Greetings. Love me more. Oh, love me more. Oh, okay. Got it. 1008. And what year? You went away as I said something. I don't know what I was saying, but look, go to I'm on YouTube. You can rewind it. Oh, other Sean. Yeah, other Sean. Yeah. No, oh yeah. All right, let's go. So just to be clear, your I don't move my thing. Your birthday is 10/8/73. Is that accurate? Ten eight. Come on, number 8. Whoa. Let's do your year. Let's do your year. Got it. 20, 18. All right. Now loving me more. Listen. Oh, how am I? I'm well. I'm doing good. Minding my business, drinking my water, doing the right thing. Let's get into it. This past year has been cumulative. Stuff has been coming back around. Old stuff, old people, old thoughts, old ideas has been coming back around to you. Old lessons have been coming back around to you to see if you learned them. Okay? To see if you learn. This year has been, this current year, 2025, has been an end of course exam for you. I come today to tell you, and it also has been the end of a 9-year cycle for you as well. So I want you to think about where you were 2016. Okay? 2016. This is bringing an end to that 9-year cycle. Okay? That is because next year is a number 1 personal year for you in a number 1 universal year. And that is now that's critical. Critical. Because 2026 is a true beginning year for you. Okay? It's going to be a year where something genuinely new starts for you. And it's also something that has not existed before in your life. You are stepping into a fresh 9-year cycle underneath a fresh universal 9-year cycle. Okay, so you're going to be starting fresh just as the collective is starting fresh. So what this year is going to ask you to do is to choose yourself on purpose. Come on, I haven't seen you in so long. On purpose. Choosing yourself on purpose. This is a year of a new identity, of a new direction, of a new authority. And so you are not meant to repeat an old pattern or revive an old version of yourself or any of that. 2026 for you wants a clean declaration, a clean slate, wants you to be first clear and new internally and then externally. You're going to feel so clear this year. And you're going to move in that with the fire that you haven't in a very long time. So these couple of days we got left, I need you to get clear about all the things that you want new with yourself, your life, your identity, whatever. Get clear about that so we can start in that one energy right. So we ain't got to do no discovery work. And if we do, we at least starting off with something that we already know and we want and we desire. As it pertains to your money, this is a strong year for starting a new role, new job, launching a business or a new idea. One is not a supportive role. One is an energy of leadership. One may even speak about a career change, right? Because it is you moving in alignment with the self. And one is also a year where you claim your independence. I also find that the 1 year strips away any distractions, any foolishness, anything that makes you stop focusing on you. This is not I'm gonna wait and see, wait till I get permission. No, if that's something you want to do, the 1 year says go and do it. Do it. No permission. All right. Let me see your age, spirit. I think you said 73. So then that means yeah. So right now you're in a 7. You're because you're 52 right now. Is that accurate? And so you're going to be 53 next year, which is dope because that 7 that you're in right now, that is going to carry you all the way to your birthday next year, is what is going to help you continue to examine and tap in internally to discover and decipher the new identity. Baby, when your birthday come around next year, you'll have an 8 with you. And that is a power move, a power play. That will be abundance, authority. You really continuing to walk into that. That's next year. When we look at your relationships, it's also going to shape how your relationships show up. You're going to become less tolerant of any type of relationship dynamic that is trying to minimize you. Okay? You're gonna want what's the word? Autonomy. You're gonna want honesty. You're gonna want respect because you are the one. I remember there's an interview where Phyllis Hyman, because Phyllis Hyman was supposed to be Clive's Whitney Houston, and then Whitney Houston came. And Phyllis saw Whitney one day backstage and said, "So, you are the one." And Whitney said, "I am the one." I am the one. Okay? So that's you. You are the one. So there will be relationship adjustments. You will have people that will fall away. But unfortunately, it is because they have been trying to, their energy, that relationship, the dynamic is downplaying your power. And so that just will not stand. It is downplaying your power. It is downplaying your identity. It's allowing you to be swallowed up, excuse me, in them. And that's just not going to work. It just won't. So if we talk about your body and the spirit, your energy is gonna increase when you are moving forward. You go think about the past, trying to stay stuck, you're gonna feel low and depressed. Energy increases through forward motion for you. Any type of stagnant energy is gonna be frustrating because one is an initiator, one is the first flame, one is the go-getter. All right? And that's your birth gate number is a 1. So You really finna be reborn. Okay? That's just it. So you're gonna want to support your body with movement. You wanna move. You don't want to be stuck, stagnant. Exercise, walk, stretch, dance, do something, right? Because that's gonna help your body in the energy that it's in. The lesson for this year is that you are allowed to begin again without any explanation. I don't have to explain a motherfucking thing to you. Just I can start over, start again, do it 3, 4, 5, 6 times if that's what I want to do. And I don't got to explain nothing to nobody. That's the frequency. That's the lesson. All right. Whatever you want to start over, start fresh, do something new, do something different, you can. And that's the key. All right. Your leadership starts with self-trust. Okay. Come on, reset year. And how you started shapes the entire cycle ahead. Hey, Mega Million. All right. Thank you, Loving Me More. You need to play Alexa, play New Attitude by Patti LaBelle. I got running hot, running cold. I wasn't running into overload. It was extreme. Key, are you here, Key? This doggone puzzle. Why I gotta do this puzzle piece? Happy holidays. All right. See you. Always with the wisdom. I got to try to come with the wisdom. You got to have the wisdom. Here, I see you on YouTube. Gotcha. All right. Let's dive in. Let me see. 8/17/1999. Uh-huh. If you go to link in my bio, it's up there. Ooh, child. All right, let me look at your age, Spirit, real quick. 8, 9, 10. Oh, excuse me. So that means you'll be 9, 10, 11. Match number 11. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Yeah, it's a whole nother different thing now. I had stopped at Mega Million, and then I restarted a whole new one recently. So it's not been too much that you missed, but it's a whole nother thing. Okay, we doing our Afro numerology. That's a whole nother thing. All right, so let's get into this. So it appears that you have been in a number. You've had a number 1 age spirit this past year. No. Am I lying? Oh, you're born 99. 99. Hold on. 1999. 8. Okay. Oh, excuse me. You've had an 8 age spirit. Excuse me. And so you'll be in a 9 next year. Okay, so kid, you've been feeling powerful. You've been feeling authoritative. Come on, authority. All your lessons have been about your personal power, your power this year, dealing with authority figures. Had a lot of lessons around money, because you had that that 8 spirit, because you're 26. Is that accurate? You're 26 now, and you'll be 27 next year. Yes. Yes. Got it. So let's get into it. So again, you got a universal year 1, right? That's very important for us to get clear about. Don't forget that. The universe is in a 1. So the universe is ready to start fresh, okay, and start right. Greetings, Stephanie. All right. So you next year are in a personal 8 year. So this is coming right into alignment with your 8 age spirit, which is a double message as it pertains, a double energy as it pertains to power moves, abundance, contracts, authority, you being in a position of power in your life. So 2026 for you is a power year. Okay, this is a year of results. So whatever you've been doing and working on and working toward, baby, this brings the results. All right. And 8 is a material number. So this brings results financially. So the world, the collective, is going to be starting a new cycle. You're stepping in a year that says claim the position, take yourself seriously, apply the pressure. You are moving to a energy of commanding life. You is going to be a big deal next year. When we cross into January, you're going to be a big deal. Okay? So, on a personal level, the 8 year is going to ask you to recognize your own value. Recognize your own value. Again, owning your power, setting boundaries. You've had a touch of it because you have that 8 age spirit, but now it's finna increase. Setting boundaries around your time is running your life. Yeah, I know. It's lessons around all of that. Lessons around that, right? Of money, where you've had troubles, where you've been overspending, not getting paid enough, this, that, and the third. All lessons are around that. That has been touching you with that 8 age spirit, teaching you. Okay. Now you cross into this year, baby. You're not going to be underselling yourself, even as it pertains to love and relationships. Where have you been making decisions out of fear and not out of your authority? Huh? Where have you not been owning your own power? Right? So you are being positioned to handle more. And you're not going to play yourself no more. Not this year. Not this year. All right? And so you got to just stop doubting. You got to affirm yourself. You got to have your affirmations. You got to have your prayers, your vision board. You got to have that. Because we starting a whole new cycle collectively. So we got to make sure we on point with that. As I said, as it pertains to work and money, This is the strongest year for money and career. Well, I will say this. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let me look back at your numbers because you definitely are a lover girl. Hey, where's all that love energy coming in? That's a 1. 8 plus 8. Hmm. Well, it's about, so your struggles have been you getting with people and them committing to you or being committed to what y'all have agreed upon and what y'all's relationship is. Has that been the struggle with the dating? Because you have all the, I mean, everywhere you look, everywhere. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Oh yes, I love you. Y'all better go and follow her. I love her. Because let me stay focused. I'm gonna touch on that in just 1 second. You said, yes, I feel like my love life is dry. I don't get approached. Well, part of you not getting approached is you got these eights, and eights in the energy is something, just the way the numbers are set up. Whoo, it's just difficult. People be intimidated. And I want you to understand that you don't really have to do anything. It just, so that's also part of it, which means that the people that come to you are gonna be the people that can handle that energy that you have and are not insecure. That's been the problem. But we'll get to that. I'm trying to talk about money right now. Okay. An 8-year brings promotions. An 8-year brings growth in business, leadership roles. It's financial decisions. It's contracts. It's a long-term investment. But your money is going to respond and coincide with your confidence. So you may have to be delusionally confident this year to get the fullness of your results. Okay, but you're gonna have to be it. Your money is going to respond to your confidence. Don't hesitate, because the opportunities will pass. Be clear and confident when you step forward and watch all the doors open up. As it pertains to the relationship, the 8 is going to demand balance. The 8 is going to demand that you don't be entering into relationships carrying more than your share, which is what you tend to do. 8 wants to be so responsible. We be responsible for everything and everybody, and yeah. 8 forces you People that stick with you and work it out have to respect you. They got to be reciprocal and they have to be mature. Okay? Now, love came to find me in my 8th year. So there also highlights that for you. But here's the key. You have got to have that confidence and stuff in you. I know you're reading someone, but that was a confirmation for me. Come on. That's how it works. Yes, it will increase. Yeah, so that because that does tend to happen in a 7 year. You're in you're going into an 8 year this year. The 7 year be forcing you to look within. So it will put you in a position where you really have to examine yourself. 7 year is lonely. It just is. It's a lonely year. So that's going to be the key. Love and power must coexist. I want to talk about your body and your spirit. 8 requires balance, right? It just is. If you overwork, you're gonna have burnout. Overdo, overinvest, take too much responsibility, you're gonna have burnout. So discipline, pairing discipline with rest is what keeps you strong. I also find that the 7 year that you're in right now, 7 forces you to sit down. Even when you don't want to, even when it's not convenient. So 8 is going to turn that around for you financially. Okay? As long as you care for your body. Do not neglect your body. Please. That's part of that confidence. Right? So this year is going to teach you how to hold your power without shrinking or without overextending. So your mantra for this year is that my efforts are rewarded. My efforts are rewarded. I need you to, when you're manifesting a relationship, manifest equitable. Call that in. Equitable relationships. Okay? All right. Thank you. Come on, 8 year. Turn it around for me. Yeah. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it around for me. Yeah. Turn it around. Turn it around for me. Yeah. All right. That's the end of my list. So y'all can you can get on. I'm staying on here till 12. If y'all want to ask me about something else, we want to talk about something else, we can. In betwixt this. Mm-hmm. Oh, dang, that's right. Yeah, I got a video that I did on P. Diddy that I need to edit and upload. Jesus. So much discovery. Truly. So much discovery. Yeah. I think that's why we got to know our numbers, y'all. And you got to know how that stuff can get corrupted. Because he has the numbers of a mega mind superhero that turned very much super villain. I got a question. These people came to me, Bestet, Hecate, and one other. What does that mean? So those I don't know. Bastet and Dantor, like Urzuli Dantor. They all came to you at one time, or just that you've experienced them at separate times? That's so interesting. Well, what I know is yes, I'll be cleaning and I'll be oh, okay. Let me look at something. Those are from 3 separate practices. Them at different times. Let me see something. Yeah. Let me see something. Just a 2. 2, 8, 2. Done. Oh well. Let me go ahead and say this. Make sure that this makes sense. 2, but if it's 1 plus 8 plus 2, that's 11. Well, part of it is that your divine mission number is a master number 11. Master number 11 tend to have a master number 11 tends to have an open spiritual filter. So you tend to it is not unnatural for you to be picking up energies and experiences from different sources. Sometimes because that filter is open, I want you to get in the habit of asking your spirit or spirit team, is this something that you can use your cards as well? Okay, I just experienced this energy. Is this something that I need to do? Or is this because my filter is open and my crown is open? And so I can sense these different things. That's one thing. You have that master number 11. So you're going to be picking up, hey, nothing but love. You're going to be picking up and sensing a whole bunch of shit forever. All right. Because it's like It's kind of like this. If you have the ability to press a button and tap into the phone lines, it don't mean that nobody's calling you. It means that you have opened up and you're tapped into these different phone lines and can hear these calls, right? That's that mass number 11. It is like, it is in between the realms. Okay. So I think that's part of what you're experiencing. Also, it can be more so maybe you need to study or ask some practitioners. I think Hecate, I think that is Wiccan. I think Bastet is more Kemetic. I know that Arzuli, that is a part of she is in Voodoo. And so it may benefit you to look up people talking about them or talk with a practitioner of those. In fact, if you scroll up and you see Gedezo in the comments, she may be able to give you some insight on that because I know she's a practitioner of voodoo. But you got to know you're always going to be sensing and picking up on stuff because you have that master number 11. Yeah, watch her content and I would do a session with her too. I think she'll be able to give you some insight. Because y'all know one thing about me. I ain't talking about nothing I don't know about. Not me. But yeah, but that's what I do know. You're gonna be picking up on a lot of things, spiritually, having dreams about stuff that don't have nothing to do with you. Just because you got that master number 11, divine mission number. So it's about learning to decipher. Is this something for me or just something that I'm just sensing? Okay. What the sign has to say? Last thing, I told Queen and now you when I saw you all on that original live with EI, it's been life changing. Really? It is I thank you for saying that. I don't take that lightly, and I think sometimes, y'all, sharing is just so critical. If I think about who I was at that time, and even what I thought at that time, I have grown and evolved in my own theology extensively. Not that anything I said was wrong then, but it's amazing to me to hear that even when I didn't feel like I was being effective, I was being effective. And so I thank you for telling me that. And I received that. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do the thing your spirit tells you to do. Sometimes you just got to do that. What else y'all want to talk about? I done got finished with the list now, unless somebody else hops on. Keep it going because I'm supposed to be on here for 30 more minutes. Yeah. So interesting. Oh, that makes me think about what lessons and stuff have I learned on my journey. First lesson I've learned on my spiritual journey is that you do not have to do everything. Mm-mm. You don't have to do, teach, believe, practice, do this service. You do not have to do everything because everything is not for you to do. There are also things that you're supposed to do for you that you're not supposed to do for everybody. Root work may be for you, not for you to do for other people. Now, I've also learned that your inner knowing and your ori, that's the first priority. Your ori should be your first religion. Your ori, your intuition, whatever name you want to call it, that should be, you should always be pouring into, working on, listening to, increasing the self. Because you will get in situations, even with people that you trust, and do something that your ori is telling you not to do. I also had to learn to not surrender my authority for the authority of others, for the perceived authority of others, because just because this particular person has been doing something longer than you, it does not mean that it's correct. That's one. And it does not mean that that is the instruction that the Spirit gave for you to do. I could go back into the Bible, which I'm not a Christian. I was. But I can go back and read in Corinthians where the text talks about the different parts of the body having different roles and different jobs, and they cannot be the whole thing. You can't do everything that another person does. You have to do what you do. And you got to learn that. Another lesson I learned is you got to learn your own rhythm. You can get instruction, you can be inspired, but you got to learn your own rhythm and stay committed to your own rhythm. Yeah. And that also brings to my next lesson. That takes time. Everything takes time. Trust that the things are moving. You follow your instruction. You do what you're supposed to do. The things are moving in the ways that they should. Yeah. That's super true. Mm-hmm. are moving in the way that they should move. And also this. Honor tradition, but don't make tradition your religion. And what do I mean by that? Everything alive evolves. The way you practice is going to be different than the way someone else practices. The way you experience source and spirit is going to be different from the way other people experience source and spirit. And we have to honor that. We got to honor that. Because there's an air of supremacy and colonialism that says everything has to be done in this way. I'm not speaking on people's religions because that's their business. And if in their religion they say this is supposed to be like this, and that's the way it's supposed to be in their religion. My point for you is the way you can be inspired. Good afternoon, Ocean Summers. You can be inspired by the way someone does their work spiritually or connects their way spiritually, and you can try that. However, don't get caught up in this is the only way to do it, because that is not true. It's just not true. That comes up in a hoodoo space. Here's the thing. Depending upon the region that you are in, where your people went, excuse me, not even just where your people went, where you are, your hoodoo is going to look different. Somebody's hoodoo practice in South Carolina is going to look different than somebody's hoodoo practice in Texas. You're going to have similarities, of course, but there's going to be differences because resources, environments are different. The hoodoo that my folks practice in Corpus Christi, right by the coast, is going to be different than the hoodoo somebody practiced in Arizona. We got different things. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. So there is a flair on my hoodoo that is influenced by this region being indigenous to Latino culture. And just an accessibility aspect. In Texas, we have cactus. Right? So we may not be using no porcupine quills in San Antonio, for instance. We got cactus. Everywhere is cactus growing. Right? We may be using cactus spikes. Or needles, cactus needles. Right? You got news for me? What's up, T-Red? I really dislike when folks saying hoodoo has to have the Bible. It's just not true. Y'all want it to be true. It's not true. When the folks was fixing, my oldest got accepted into the doctor program. T-Red, all good things. Come on. That's so good. Let me ask you something. When they was fixing Roots to go down to the gambling shack, what scripture did they read to go gamble? And win money. And I say 12:31. That's okay. That means there's a new start coming for you. Next year is the #1 universal year. It's a new start. Mm-hmm. That's all right. It's a new start. 9 ends all things that's no longer working. Mm-hmm. Come on, I'm open to receiving all things new. They just were not. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy for him too. And come on, mom, you better lead the pack. Yeah, it's just not true. It is also a colonized, and I hate to say this, but it is also a colonized. Please repeat the scripture number. Which scripture number? That's what I was saying. Ain't no scripture about well, I don't know what they use again, but when I was talking about earlier, the scripture I was talking about earlier about the different gifts, I think is 1 Corinthians 13. No, I lied. 1 Corinthians. I feel like it's gonna be 12. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 12. Oh, you never heard one? Oh, right. I ain't never heard one either, because you just wouldn't. But it is also very colonized. I hate to say this. Every time you're thinking about hoodoo, you want to put on gospel music. And I love gospel music. But hoodoo is also the blues. That's the genre that they actually talk about hoodoo in. They actually talk about hoodoo in the blues. Every hoodoo practitioner wasn't teach me, master, master teach me, oh teach me how to pray. That was just not the truth. It's blues. It's just as potent. So that is a route. I firmly disagree with people that say you don't have hoodoo without the Bible. It's just not true. You don't have your hoodoo without the Bible. Because the people been having prayer. The folks had prayer prior to Christianity. So yeah. So no, it's just not true. That's your hoodoo. Everybody's hoodoo is not that. We had hoodoo practitioners who couldn't read. No, and they're wanting to y'all trying to colonize it. Even when we talk workings, You only got to use this pepper. If you don't use this pepper, you ain't doing it right. That's not true. Hot foot powder ain't necessarily made with hot sauce all the time. Not hot sauce. What the ancestors are supposed to do, they can't get their hands on cayenne. They're gonna crush them up some black pepper. They're gonna get them some cinnamon, some spice, and do what they can do with it. Right? Sweetening. The honey versus the sugar jars. Well, sweetening ain't just honey or sugar. Sweetening can be sugar cane. I've seen ancestors make a sweetening jar with candy. I've seen ancestors use fruits, orange, apples, cherries is sweetening. So there's a lot of stuff, but the colonialism, the colonial mindset is to get you to believe there's only one way, and it's just not true. Not for that. I know they want it to be true so bad. It's not true. Sorry. We got too many examples. And we got to evolve. What's the evolution? Here's an evolution. Did you think the ancestors was printing out pictures of people that they was working in 1936? No. But guess what we do now? Because we have evolved. You can print out a picture. Yeah, you have other things that you do. You do that you still wanna get, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we evolve. And everybody has their different way. You need to figure out what's your way, what works for you. Yeah, like you got a Mississippi hoodoo that is deep delta, you know, it's just a different energy. And I think the stories of the lands matter. Learn the first thing that I recommend beginners to do first when going into hoodoo practice is learn how to cleanse. Learn how to cleanse. Learn the different ways of cleansing, the different herbs of cleansing. Learn cleansing and protection, different ways of doing that. That would be the first thing that I would say. Learn the different practices. You could do Olympia, egg cleanse. You can learn how to do a lemon cleanse, lemon bath. But start there. Don't start with love and all that other stuff. Start with cleansing and protection because that's actually what you need. You know, Yeah. That's what I'd say. Learn how to do your cleansing floor washes. Learn how to cleanse entryways of your home, how to cleanse yourself, how to cleanse objects, smudges, how to cleanse your mind. That's what I say. Start there. And once you start there, understand the discipline therein. Become disciplined. Become consistent. Mm-hmm. I'm going to connect with who makes the most sense to me. Absolutely. Yeah. Something that helped me on my deconstruction journey was this. I wish I had this language, but I developed this language later. No information is harmful to me. No information is harmful to me. So if I find out that this is true or this is not true, that is not harmful to me. All information seeks to help me. And I can decipher the information accordingly. Because here's the thing. You cannot practice a religion but keep the parts of what you thought was good and you want to keep and utilize that. Yeah. And it's perceived harmful because the truth isn't harmful. The truth is only harmful to the lie. The truth is the truth. Truth is always helpful. Don't mean it's not going to shock you, shift you, bust you upside your head. But the truth is only harmful to the lie. So you can choose what works for you. You may choose, listen, these gospel songs, it don't matter. My views have changed, but when I hear For Every Mountain, that helps me get through. That's okay. There's not a spiritual hell for you to go into either. There ain't a hoodoo hell for you to fall into either. So you can do what you want to do. You know? And also, if that don't rock with you, do something else. I'm gonna be honest. When I'm doing work for protection, I gotta do some fierce work to protect my family or protect something. Y'all think I'm listening to Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. No. Hey Siri, play Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. Hey Siri, play Bone Crusher. Yeah, and that's true. Because what are we actually what are we actually doing? Bow bow. Period. You think I'm playing Lord Love Me if I'm doing work that's connected to love? No. You're gonna hear Somebody Loves You, Baby. Oh, oh, oh. That's what I'm doing, sweetie. Who shot ya? We're not playing no game. And we also got to know, like, the land is different. The land where you are is different. The Mississippi land, I mean, that is intimately remembering enslavement, right? That is the soil, thick, it's unmarked. Graves, labor, the red, clay. It's a lot. Blood memory. The spirits of the land is different. You come to Texas, the land of Texas remembers conquest, migration, removal, reinvention. So the spirits here respond to negotiation, respect, and consistency. So it's different, you know? So that's just a different thing. It's not about this one being stronger. It's just different. So yeah, it's different. There's workings that you see down by the coast, honey. They'll use a crab shell as cloaking work. We here in Texas would probably use a tortoise shell. And also a tortoise shell to slow somebody down. So it's a lot of different things going on. Okay, so yeah, we gotta know. Yeah, so well, y'all, it's about that time. I'm gonna hop off here. I have another meeting that I have to go to. I love y'all from a light-filled place. Go forth and conquer. Do the right thing. Be well. Do well. Whew, that's all I ask. That's all the spirit asks of us. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace, everybody.